It's happening right now in New York and California. But you'll start living in squalor. You'll live in squalor. There will be no food. There will be no housing. There will be no military. There will be no law and order. There will be no nothing.
Oh, yeah.
There will be no nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be a third world inhabitant.
Yeah, I thought we already were a third world country before you got elected there, shit stains.
In every way, and everyone will suffer or die.
So I want to show you something here, okay? Because obviously there was the big win in New York. Now, I want to set this up because Brad Lander just absolutely destroyed, and that was a really critical race too, because it was a Jewish guy who doesn't support the war machine and a Jewish guy who firmly supports the war machine in a heavily Jewish district. And the Jewish guy who doesn't support the war machine won by like 2/3. But then, guys, across the country, there were 29 congressional primary wins, including 9 red states where the winners were either DSA or DSA platform-aligned candidates, and specifically with no AIPAC money. They were going against AIPAC-funded candidates, and they won 29 congressional races. It's weird for me, too, because I'm having, like, I don't know, dude. I've had a weird couple of weeks, like I said, where I have watched my dedication to the Democratic Party get fractured by watching everybody in the Democratic Party shit on them and then to be hiding it because it's really about them wanting to stop the funding to the Israeli wars. But they won't admit it. I felt really like, ew, like I got the ick from my own party. Now, that's not going to stop me from supporting my party like I normally have. However, it is going to make me seek a new level of accountability, okay, for some of the higher ups, where I'm not going to let people off the hook anymore, okay? And because I realize that many of the centrists are Christian Zionists, just like the Republicans. They're only slightly better. So if I have to choose between a centrist Dem and the Republican, I will support the centrist Dem. But I'm going to become more active fighting them in the primaries, for sure, okay, for sure. But it's weird how I've been making this realization, and right when I'm realizing it, a whole bunch of locals are winning, which is really crazy because I feel like I'm having the same realization that a lot of other people in America are having right now, which is the fact that people want to change, and these promises to America and these platitudes and then never delivering, like, we're over that. And so I'm like all in, guys. You know, I'm all in now. Now, I want to show you this clip from Trump, because now the big word for Trump is communism. Okay? This is the word. We've seen it. They're communists. 𝗙𝗪𝗎, she's a communist. Mamdani's a communist. The communists have taken New York. Communism. First, let's watch Trump here.
And as you saw with the communists elected in New York City recently, they're communists, they're not social democrats. They want to completely destroy the traditional American way of life. Communism,
no, they don't,
is very easy to sell. It destroys everything, but it's very easy. I'll be honest, I think I'd be the greatest communist in history. I'd give free rent. Ladies and gentlemen, from now on, you don't have to pay any rent. From now on, anybody wants a house, don't worry about it. Just pick the house you want. Everybody gets free food. Everything is free from this point forward. Everyone's going to vote for me. The problem is, after 2 or 3 years, the country is a disaster area. The country fails. They always do. It always does. So easy to sell. That first year, boy, you're the most popular. It's happening right now in New York and California. But you'll start living in squalor. You'll live in squalor. There will be no food. There will be no housing. There will be no military. There will be no law and order. There will be no nothing.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be no nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be a third world inhabitant.
Yeah, I thought we already were a third world country before you got elected there, shit stains.
In every way, and everyone will suffer or die.
Oh.
Suffer or die. That's what happens.
Everyone will suffer or die.
For thousands of years it's been happening by different names.
Okay, so, dude, like, yeah, realistic, isn't it? Oh, yeah, everyone will suffer or die. So, guys, this is 2026, right? Communism, right? Oh, they're going to turn you into a third world country. Everyone's going to suffer or die. Okay, you ready for this, guys? We're going to go back to 1959. All right, you ready? You ready to go back in a time capsule? This is when black students were trying to enter the schools. All right, and this is in Arkansas. And look at the signs. Look at what the signs say. Race mixing is communism. Right? 1959, they were like, you know, if we let those black people in this school, it's communism. Communism. America's going to be a shithole, a third world country, right? Your way of life is going to cease to exist if you let this happen. Look at this, guys. They're using the same playbook. If we hate it, if we're scared of it, if we don't want to have progress, if we don't want to move into a better future, we're going to say, if you do this, it's communism. And if you do this, everything's going to die. Everything's going to go bad. Look at this one. This one says, stop the race mixing march of the Antichrist. Okay, they were calling race mixing the Antichrist. And communism. Communism, communism, communism. And right? Dude, they're doing the same shit, boss. That was almost 70 years ago, guys. That's literally 67 years ago. 67 years ago, they're running the same train, boss. Oh, communism? Oh, you do this? It's going to be the end. Trump was 13 when this was going on, right? Trump was 13, all right? So this was like his teenage years, okay? So Trump, you know, this is his playbook. Dude, yeah, don't these guys look like fucking hillbillies? Bro, look at this guy. I hate to say this, though. You ready? Don't hate me. But this guy actually looks a lot like my dad. Hey, dude, these inbred motherfuckers. But, dude, these same people are still going to Trump rallies. But, yeah, isn't that wild? Race mixing is communism. So I've been going around today and doing this. Commenting and saying, like, right? Like Trump is holding an anti-communism rally. Make sure y'all show up at the courthouse. You know, I'm like, see you at the anti-communism rally, Laura. I've been doing that, dude. Every time somebody mentions communism, I'm like, hey, I'll see you at the anti-communism rally. And then I've been putting this picture in there. Dude, just to remind them how stupid it is. 67 years of these assholes using this shit. Mike Johnson, the DSA communists have now published their insane agenda. And I'm like, Mike Johnson in 1959? Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, you do. You hear banjos. Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Fucking idiots, bro. I think that's pretty crazy, guys. You know, that like, here we are, 67 years later, and obviously the first time, like, there was no communism, there was no whatever end of the American way of life. All right, communism, communism. Let me just tell you guys, we're all gonna be dead. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.